going on YouTube? Back in the garage again. In this video we're going to continue some more work on the zx6r. My plan for today was getting the wheels off, sanding them down, and putting a coat of paint on them. Hopefully by the end of this weekend, I have a 3-day weekend due to the holiday. Hopefully I can get this bike all back together and up for sale by end of this weekend. My mirrors, they're coming in today. They'll be delivered at my house. Unfortunately, I left way before they were going to get delivered. I still have to take the rear tail section off and put that tray, this stupid tray in, because I was stupid and didn't put it in first. So I have to take the rear tail section back off and put that tray in. So yeah, I'm going to do the wheels, sand those down, paint them, and probably do the brake pads. I don't have that much left to do to this bike other than those few things. Then after that it's going to be a complete detail, like cleaning it with a fine-tooth comb, getting it nice and shiny and as clean as I possibly can. Yeah, let's just jump right into it and get working on this bike, and hopefully I can get it up for sale by end of this weekend. So I already put the front end of the bike up. Now I'm going to take the rear tail section off. I gotta put, where the heck did I put it? Don't you hate that? Where did I put it? There it is. I gotta put this tray back in. Unfortunately, this has to go in first, in here first, then you put this cover on. So kind of screwed up a little bit. I might have to either alter this tray a little bit because I put license plate light and these two bolts right here. I put those in for the license plate bracket. So either I have to flip these or I have to figure out something. So I'm gonna get this tail section back off, then I'll pick up once I get to that point. Hey guys, looks like I'm gonna get a little lucky again. This isn't gonna help, but right in there, I don't know if I can get the lighting needed, but the bolts aren't gonna hit, so I don't have to flip nothing. I can just, looks like I can just bolt it right in. So I'm gonna get a little lucky. It looks like the license plate light might hit just a little bit, but I'm not really concerned about it. Looks like I can finish bolting this tray back in. I just need to put one number 10 right here and that will be good. But first I'm going to clean it up a little bit before I finalize putting it in. So I'll come back once that is all squared away and I'll put the rear tail section back in. That's back on. Now I can put the plastic screws in on the bottom, and then I can move on to removing the wheels. Alright, as you can see, I got the seats back on, rear tail section on. Next step is going to be removing the front wheel and the back wheel. That's going to be in the next clip, so let's do it. Bam! And the wheels are off. I didn't run into any real problems taking it off, other than it's just dirty. All these bolts for the brake calipers, they're all dirty. The rear wheel seemed to be slightly over greased, we'll say that, which is fine, but it just needs to be cleaned up so it looks better. I don't want grease flinging all over the place, so I'm gonna clean that. Alright, next clip is going to be going over the front and rear wheels to see exactly how I'm going to handle prepping them and painting them. I've got a lot of cleaning to do, so I'll take you over to that and explain it. Here's the rear wheel. As you can see, the paint, the powder coating is all coming off. I'm simply just going to fade that out as much as I can throughout the whole rim, and I'm going to use just your standard wheel paint and repaint them. I'm going to remove the rear rotor here, and I already removed the rear the sprocket in the back. As you can see, it's excessive amount of grease, which is fine and everything, but in my opinion, just a little too much. The rear wheel cushions or bushings for the sprocket, they all seem to be really intact, not ripped or anything. Usually they're all ripped, especially at the age of this bike. You think it would be really hammered and messed up by now. But before I start standing on this wheel, I gotta clean it with, I'm probably gonna use just Windex and just scrub the crap out of them until I get all the crap off of them. There's a lot of chain lubricant on them and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I don't have running water in this shop right now. I don't think I ever will, unfortunately. So normally I would just wash it and scrub them down with some Comet and a scuff pad, and wash them again, then shoot them with some paint. But unfortunately, I don't have running water, like I said. So I am going to be removing this blue pinstriping on both front and rear wheels. Now to the front wheel. It's in a little bit better condition, and I think it doesn't seem to be as chipping as much, but it still needs a coat of paint. So I'm going to have to take off both sides, both rotors on both sides, remove the pinstriping, and same process, spray it down with the window cleaner, scrub the crap out of them before I start prepping. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these rotors. I finally got the stickers off the side of the wheels. As you can see in the one clip, I got it all, the one side all in one piece. It's very, very hard to do that. Trick is to heat it up with a heat gun and take your time and pull it straight up. Don't have an angle on it to end up cutting the sticker, and then you have to peel it back up with your fingernail or a razor blade and start all over. So my next step now is to clean these wheels. I'm going to be cleaning them with Comet. Basically it's window cleaner. It's great for a degreaser and everything like that. I would do it completely different if I had running water. A lot easier if I had running water. But I have to work with what I got, and this is how I'm going to end up doing it. I'm just going to soak them down, let it soak into the wheel. All that road grime over the years, doesn't even look like anybody's ever cleaned this wheel. Ever. Soak it down real good. The stuff's cheap, like I said, it's from the $1.50 store now. It's from the dollar store, so it's cheap stuff, but it works. You can use the other degreasers to accomplish this, but this is what I have, so this is what I'm going to be using. Alright, I'm going to let this soak in for a little bit, then I'm going to start scrubbing it down with just a microfiber cloth that's clean and get off all the grime that I can before I start sanding it down or fading out all the chipping up powder coating. I will come back once I have these all clean, and I'm about to start sanding on. So I got majority of the wheel pretty clean enough to start prepping for paint. After I prep it, I'm going to degrease it again. Probably going to degrease it like 2 or 3 times before I even spray any primer or anything like that, just to make sure I don't get no fish eyes. I'm sure no matter what, I'm going to get fish eyes just because of the way I'm doing it. So. But for right now, I'm going to start fading out these scratches. Some of them I'm going to have to do by hand, some of them I'm going to be able to use my DA here. I'm using my DA plus 320 grit, so I'm not really digging too hard into it. And I'm just going to go around the whole wheel, and I'm not going to be able to get all the chips, but I'm going to try to get the majority of them, the big ones. And I mean, I could spend countless hours on wheels to make them look good, but I'm not trying to do that with this. So I'll come back once I get this wheel all squared away. Rear wheel is all prepped. This was the worst one, especially this side. As you can see, it just kept on chipping away, so I just had to fade it out as best as I can. I didn't want to strip the whole wheel, so I just took it as far as until it's just stopped chipping away. Keep on saying a lot, chipping away. This side, this rear wheel is all prepped. ready for primer. I just had to tape off the tire. Even this side is all done. It had very minimal. Like I said, I'm not going too crazy with it. I'm just going to do enough to make it look a hell of a lot better than what it was. But like this side was just way too gone. I had to really lay into it and fade out a lot of the chipping and oxidization and stuff like that. Originally I said that I was going to use my DA, then hand sand. It didn't turn out like that. I ended up using a corded drill with a wire wheel, a very soft wire wheel that it wasn't going to dig into the aluminum wheel. And then I used 180 grip by hand to really get in there and flake off or start fading out the chips. Then I hit it with 220. Then after that I hit the whole thing with a maroon scuff pad to finish off the prepping. Like I said, this is all prepped. I just had to tape off the wheel, give it another good degreasing, maybe 2 good degreasing, then I can put some primer on it. So this one's done. I'm going to start working on the front tire, or front wheel. Alright, so I got the front wheel all prepped. At this point, I already have it all wiped down. At this point, I'm going to start taping off the tire and getting everything ready to actually lay the first coat of primer on both front wheel and rear wheel. Before I spray primer, I'm going to obviously wipe them down again, maybe even 2 more times. We'll see. But yeah, this one I actually ended up sanding a little bit more than I thought I was going to. Just kept on flaking back. But it's going to be better than what it was. So I'll come back once I get these all taped off. I'm going to do my first coat of primer on both sides. I'm going to do a very light coat. I'm going to see how it lays. I might only just do that light coat. Maybe 2 light coats. I'm not going to really be putting too much primer on this because I don't even think I'm going to end up sanding the primer. I'm just probably going to paint right over it. So, see how it turns out. It looks like I'm going to be able to just do a light coat of primer. I'll be able to get away with it. So this is pretty much dry because I did such a light coat. It's dry and it's hot out, so it dried real quick. So now I'm not even going to scuff it. I'm just going to shoot the black onto it. This is just gloss black wheel paint. I don't have much, so hopefully I have enough to paint these wheels. Everything got a base coat. It's gonna be close. I don't have much paint left. I'll come back once either I run out of paint or they're all painted. I squeezed it out. I did not have to run out and go get more paint. I had just enough to finish. I even went over the whole thing with a flashlight to make sure I did not miss anything. You know, there's still always a chance that I missed a spot, but I think I got it all. So it looks a whole lot better than what it did. That's what I was just going for. Just make it look better. I mean, after all, once it's on the bike, you ain't gonna realize anything that was repainted. It's gonna look completely normal. Alright, you guys, that's gonna finish up today's video, the zx6r. I don't have that much left to do. In this video, I put the tail section all back together like it's supposed to. Got the seats on. took the front and rear wheels off, sanded those down, got rid of all the chipping paint and corrosion, and repainted them. They turned out great. The only things I got left are brakes, a whole lot of cleaning in spaces that I couldn't hit with the wheels on, installing the mirrors, and obviously putting the wheels back on. Might have already said that. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Then this bike's gonna be pretty much done. Hopefully I can get it up for sale by the end of this weekend. So there'll be another video coming out. I'll probably record it tomorrow and maybe edit it for tomorrow. We'll see. If you find this interesting, please like and subscribe. I got more builds coming, more projects coming to the channel, so I greatly appreciate it if you subscribe. Gives me more motivation to put out more videos. Till next time, take it easy.